person that we were talking
No,
about?
he said you don't have to have like an actual encounter with these
That's what I
people.
thought. Okay.
You can just tell me a story about
Well, that was,
yeah,
all right. So
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
to let everybody know,
Hi
Dog Days of
everybody.
Podcast. Hey, everybody. So the Dog Days of Podcasting, Michael Butler's doing the Dead Rock Stars. And I went, okay. And I started thinking of a few, and one came up in my head. And I thought, this is particularly important to me because my friend, it was an important guy to my friend Steve. Now, Steve Hagler was a guitar player in our house band, the bar I used to DJ in. And I got a real appreciation for Steve Ray Vaughan from Steve Hagler. And so I
Yeah.
was like, I think I need to call that one in, and I did. So if you need to go listen to it, go to the Rock and Roll Geek Show and you'll find me. I'm on the latest episode.
Craig thinks he's famous now.
No, I'm famous. I made it. No, so but no, that was important to me. And the problem was when I started going through the voicemail, I'd had a couple drinks, and
Yeah, you
and I
mentioned
started think,
that. You said you were
and I
drinking
started
some
going
bourbon.
through my career as a DJ, and I went, I got a couple things to mention, but oh, by the way, so I had to bring it up about Steve Ray Vaughan, and I do love Steve Ray Vaughan, and I was disappointed he didn't play the song that he said he was going to, but
Because he didn't have it.
so I actually queued it up and listened to it right after he was done. So yeah, it kind of sucks.
That's all right. It's he's doing a good job. I'm enjoying his stories and the people that are calling in.
That's actually
Maybe I should call it. Hey, Michael Butler, this is Chuck, your rock and roll ukulele.
Oh man, I enjoyed listening to that guy. What was his name? I forget his name.
I don't know, Ricky or something.
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed listening to that. I know people that talk like that. Hey man, I know what time it is. Well, I know what we were doing. So anyway, it was fun to call in and share those stories because I had so many stories roaming around in my head. It was ridiculous.
So many songs remind me of people, like people who used to always request a song at the roller rink, or somebody who introduced me to a band.
Oh man,
that is the best part. Is just like,
yes.
I really hope you find some way to reconnect with your old buddy if he's out there. Have you looked on LinkedIn or anything?
The last I actually heard was that he has passed away.
Oh well, you're not going to be connecting anytime soon.
No, so I don't know. I searched for him. I searched for Steve Hagler, and I find some guy that was in some '60s band. I'm like, that's not the same guy. I can look at him and tell. So I don't know. And actually, the guy Marty,
my friend was white.
Yeah. Well, the guy Marty who played sax, he had taught me to play the guitar. It was probably it's been a few years now, but we were doing a Boy Scout a car wash thing, and he came through it, and I was like, Marty, and he almost didn't recognize me because I'm a little older now.
Yeah,
but and we reconnected there, but I got word that he passed away as well. So I don't know, man. So
the fun of getting old.
Yeah, the fun, sure. Just like Harrison talking about people recommending podcasts. I guess we're at that age now. We're getting old.
Old and boring is what he said.
Old and boring.
Yeah, don't ruin the video. Don't ruin the video. There's some good moments in there.
No,
and there's some creative editing by swapping a couple around. I do like Nathan's fist in the palm.
No, it didn't affect me.
Or just or Bonnie's expressions on half of those were like,
oh no, Donna's yawning at groupies. Hey, maybe we'll release this after Dragon Con.
I think so. I think so.
But if you want to see what we're talking about, come see us at Dragon Con.
So what we did is we interviewed kind of like a Netflix thing where they're talking about a particular topic, and we asked spouses and children and siblings questions so you get their answers in succession. Now, not everybody answered every question.
Yeah.
And then I put them together, and it'll say like, "What did you think when I started a podcast?" And then we get their reactions. "What did you think when I started a second podcast?" And we get their reactions. And
One that didn't make the cut was my son going, "You have a second podcast?"
yeah, I mean, you did it, I did it, and
I
Clinton did it. There were points where we were
sorry.
talking over the
Yeah.
interviewee and we missed some good lines. But
Actually, halfway through it, I was thinking I should have unmuted myself, asked the question, and muted myself.
right.
But sorry.
That's all right. It turned out all right. Okay, let's record our podcast rather than talking about
Oh.
something else.
All right, this
We have
isn't a.
a show to
We're
do.
not. Hey, one day I'm going to add this feed to the Dog Days of Podcasting.
Technorama?
Yes, just because there's at least 2 or 3, that land in there, so I can.
We'd have to give up our Patreon for that month.
Oh, no, never mind.
We rely on this critical income.
I'm sorry. Forget what I just said.
Over budget for the year.
Oh,
It's not a problem. We have enough in the bank to cover it, but we're doing
no,
fewer shows.
it's a problem. And if you're listening to this and you're enjoying any of this, please contribute.
Yeah, the Corporation for Public Nonsense.
Yeah, right. 2 old people speaking words.
Shh, you're giving away the good line. Stop.
All right, I'm
Hang
stopping.
on, I gotta bring our audio down just a little bit. No, I don't. I just gotta stop shouting or move away when I get
Now,
loud.
is my audio okay?
Your
is it all
audio's fine.
All right.
We have compression on the. I guess I don't have compression on the Zoom, but Alphonic will take care of it.
Yeah.
It might sound like this.
I got to tell you though, as far as the Dog Days of podcasting goes,
Yes.
because I had the story already in place,
Yes.
having it all done ahead of time is actually nice. I got to focus on that last episode.
So you're not creating a podcast a day.
I created one every day for every day. How about that?
No, the deal is
It was a little different
the
because
challenge for podcasters to create a podcast a day.
I did, and I'm putting one out a day every day for the month of August.
You created them in advance. That's all right. I have to do some of the music because I won't be able to do music like Tuesday.
There's been a
Wednesday,
couple of
Thursday, Friday,
weekends.
Yeah.
There's been a couple weekends I had company and other things going on, so I'm like, I needed to put them out or schedule them a little bit ahead of time. So I've been doing about 5 at a time, putting and recording them and then scheduling, and then creating images.
Not dissing on anybody, but what we don't need is people saying, "I know it's after midnight, but I haven't gone to bed yet." It's like every other.
I'm like,
episode.
Nobody's going to sue you, like Michael said.
I wake up in the morning, I get 2 or 3 anyway. No.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The idea is to get you into the mood and recording. That's the point.
We don't need to, Anyway, let's get on with our show. All right, here we go. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen so that I can bring the volume down when we need to. Boom, boom, boom. And away we go. Technorama episode 779, AI Ate My Homework. And now it's a best-selling novel. Hey, welcome to Technorama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first time listening to Technorama, thank you for joining us. If you are returning, welcome back. We really, truly appreciate you giving us your time. Time is the most precious commodity any of us have in our lives, and you choose to spend some of it with us. And that means a lot. Who are us? Well, half of us is me, Chuck, in Phoenix, and the other half is him.
Me, Craig, in North Carolina.
All right.
I almost said South Carolina.
You've been there like over a year.
Well, my heart's still in South Carolina. How about
So
that?
I don't need to ask how you are. You're in a state of confusion. Not North
I am.
Carolina.
Yeah. No,
Right.
we're doing good.
And
Doing
we
good.
are getting very excited. We are ramping up. I packed up the suitcase with everything but the last minute details for Dragon Con. It is under the weight limit, thankfully.
By a pound.
I don't want to
Actually, I'm off for the week. So I'm off tomorrow and or Monday and Tuesday. So I'm off for the entire week.
Sweet. And then
Yeah,
you're off
so
for a few days next week.
yeah, and so there's Labor Day, and
Yeah.
then so it's another short week when we get back. So I'm super excited. I got a little bit of time to wrap up little odds and ends, before we go to Dragon Con.
I'm off for the year.
Yep. You're off forever.
Well, no, I do have some training to do. We did training last week, had a wonderful course,
Wait,
and I've
wait.
got one the
You
week
said by
after that.
training. No, you're not training.
Delivering training.
Yes.
I'm delivering training, not getting trained.
Yes.
So I am the instructor. We've done 6 out of 10 days so far for this cohort. They have like 16 weeks, and I'm only in there for 10 days. So having a good time. They discovered that I play the ukulele, and then at lunchtime I was giving mini concerts, since I have an app that lets them make requests, and then they request and I play. And if nobody wanted, if they're like, oh my God, I can't take this noise, the dog is howling, you can always mute and go to lunch. So that's
Right.
why we're doing it over lunch hour, not like, well, they're trying to work on labs.
So yeah. So I do want to say this. I want to call something out because I know you're participating in this program through
Yes.
a partner.
Yes.
I think it's a really cool program. Can you tell everybody what it is a little bit?
Yeah, it's called Skill Bridge, and it's something that ServiceNow does a program called Rise Up to encourage people to get into the ServiceNow ecosystem. ServiceNow being an enterprise workflow automation platform. It's a software platform. They sell either pre-built packages for IT service management or HR, customer service management, or customer relations, and you can develop your own applications on the platform as well. And I tend to take little crazier outside use cases
He
like
does that
karaoke.
too, but it's a lot bigger scale.
Yeah. And as part of this, they're focusing the SkillBridge program on veterans, U.S. veterans. So people who have served in the armed forces or will be getting out soon, being discharged soon. Some guy said, hey, I'm still in the program. I'm in the Army through September. Okay. By the time he gets done with this program, he will have earned certifications. And they take several courses, as well as, it's my understanding, there's things like how to write a good resume and how to do presentations. And they have a final project at the end, and they get certifications. So by the time they get out, they're not just book smart. They have some experience
Skills.
as well. They have
Yeah.
skills that are marketable. And it's very rewarding to look at LinkedIn and people say, hey, I passed this test, or, oh, I've landed my first job, or I've got an internship. Like, that's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
That's a reason to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I do like that. I think it was called Next Gym before, right? They
Yes.
kind of renamed it, but I thought this was cool. And even when Chuck had come to Charlotte to a meetup,
Yeah.
there were 2 people there that went through the Next Gen program, the program that he's just talking about.
They were fired up.
And they were fired up, and they were high-fiving each other. They didn't know each other I don't think ahead of time.
They were contributing. I mean, we were having a discussion, and they were in it going, that's not what we saw in class. Like,
Yeah.
oh, good. Tell the old
Right.
people who have missed something.
So it's great to give back to our veterans
Yes.
and skill them up for a career outside of the military.
I
And
have
think it's
family members.
fantastic.
I have family members who have served. My older brother, for one, he said, hey, you know what you can tell these people? Which I do every time we start a class. I said, everybody, thank you for your service now.
Oh gosh. Wah, wah, wah.
And
Yeah.
right from the get-go, they know what they're in for.
Yeah.
And for our get-go, we have some feedback from last time.
Letters, oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
I think I've been doing the same gestures the whole time we've been using that. Oh
Instead of,
boy.
oh boy, I said, no way.
No way. Right.
Let's find out what you got to say. No way. Our question of the week last time was, as NASA's head of snacks for the inaugural Mars colony, which single snack food would you prioritize for interplanetary survival. I love how that was put.
Yeah.
And how would you present your choice to the crew? Did AI write this one?
Probably.
Okay.
Hey, sometimes I'm under the gun. I got to ask. I don't know.
Give me a question about snacks going to Mars.
Yeah. I don't even think that was the question.
Steve London said, spray cheese in 0G, the pressurized can of neon orange goo. Aerodynamic delivery. Just aim and squirt. No utensils, no crumbs, just pure chaos. Instant morale boost. It's multi-purpose. Can double as wall art, hair gel, or emergency insulation.
I was thinking glue, but
Yeah, I had some other uses in there as well.
Right.
He replied to his own message. Hold on, I got to expand this.
It says, yes, I know Mars isn't 0G, but it was a better punchline and they have to travel there first.
Right, I was thinking on the way there is a snack too.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Nishioka says potato chips. The Martians showed that potatoes could be raised on Mars. Oh, the Martian movie. Yeah. The only thing that would be needed to produce the chip is cooking oil and salt and a bunch of poop.
What? Oh, yeah, from Martian.
Those would be needed for general cooking too. So it's not like there's any incremental cost to putting potato chips on the menu.
Right. Actually, when I posted this question, I had to go back. I started watching The Martian because of that comment. So Kyle Nishioka, I'm sorry, Stephen Weshy says, I think the only logical answer is Twinkies since they survive anything. True.
No.
However, I also want to suggest Star Crunch since the theme fits with the situation better than they taste.
Oh, hadn't thought about themed candy. Is there any is there candy or snacks that have sort of a space?
Well, when I shared this, I did say, hey, Mars Bars is already taken, so figure
Right.
something else. Mike Robinson replied and said, I believe that Twinkies might also be as a replacement of heat shielding in a pinch.
We're entering the atmosphere.
That's what they should have used with the space shuttle. Oh, a hole. Just
Mike also said
some Twinkies.
Almond M&Ms, sturdy, tasty, and won't melt in your hands. Yeah, they could be used as heat shields too if they don't melt. With that ceramic outer coating. Why are you silent? Craig? Something tells me we have a technical issue. He's just looking at the camera funny.
I know. I just it's like your picture started freezing and stuff.
Your picture started freezing. Don't look at me.
I don't know.
All right.
My son's here at the house, so who knows what's going on my internet?
Kick him out. Don't you have like QoS on his devices?
Yeah, good. Right. I could do that actually, but yeah.
Give me Mike Robinson's next one.
Which one did you read?
I read the almond M&Ms.
Oh yeah, so he says Pringles. If things go well, they are tasty snack. If things go bad, we can make crude weapons out of the packaging.
Like, I can see that being used, or radio equipment. Got to aim the.
How about if Mark Watney was using it as a potato launcher for the Martians?
Hey, Adam Stelzner, what can you make out of this?
Yeah.
Mike Robinson says, world's finest chocolate. If we die, it will help them raise funds in the schools they name after us.
It's funny he brings it up. I was thinking about that. What was that chocolate bar that they used to sell at schools for fundraisers? And I went, oh, it was World's Finest. And then he comes up.
Oh, we always had Catherine. It was Beich.
Really?
We'd never say it without saying bitch. And we'd say, Catherine bitch, are so rich, throw the rapper in the ditch. I'm sure that's not the way it really went, but anyway.
Hey, that's not the marketing campaign they were looking for.
Nope. But I ended up in marketing, so fooled you.
Right. Let's see. I think I shared it, and I got a couple of comments. Joe Fiore says, Jamba Sticks.
Jumjaw Sticks from DS9.
Jumjaw. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Jumjaw Sticks. Right. Jamba. That was from Pee Wee Herman's.
No, that's
Playhouse.
Jambi. Mecca,
Jambi.
lecca, I Mecca, honey ho.
Hi, Pee Wee.
You
Yeah.
are you drinking again tonight? I usually play this
Why?
game.
Why
with
do you ask?
kids.
Why do you ask?
Call
Gary
me the
Linjo
cops.
says peanuts. You know what? I'm surprised it's not really a snack food, but nobody said Tang.
Oh, yeah, the astronauts.
Nobody
Well-
said Tang.
All right, my friend Patty said chocolate covered nuts, sweet and protein.
Okay.
Because I said chocolate for me. Yeah, chocolate. You got to send chocolate.
I would think so. See how it goes.
That's it. We didn't get any emails or voicemail this week. So we'll tell you how you can get a hold of us when we get to that part of the show.
Another letter from a listener day.
On with the history. Here's my fader. Hold on.
Ate it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
On this day in history for August 27, 2025, it's the 239th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 126 days remaining in 2025. It was on this date in 1859 that petroleum was discovered in Titusville, Pennsylvania, leading to the world's first commercially successful oil well.
And four enormous explosions also completely destroyed the island of Krakatoa.
Krakatoa! Don't you know
Krakatoa,
you're
excuse me.
volcanoes?
Yeah. And caused years of climate change on this date in 1883.
That it did. Good times, good times. That same date in 1939 saw the first flight of the turbojet-powered Heinkel HE-178, the world's first jet aircraft.
That's sweet. And on August 27th, 1955, the first edition of the Guinness Book of World Records was published in Great Britain. Hey, by the way, in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, we had a Guinness Book of World Records museum for a long time. I love that little place.
In the first edition, the records couldn't have been that impressive.
Yeah.
World's longest long jump, 3 feet. That's
The
begged to
longest-
be broken.
Yeah, the longest carrot.
4 inches. These are just begging to be broken.
Yeah. The world's tallest man, 5'6".
It's the only man we could find for the first edition of the book.
That's right. Come here, Steve. 5'6". All right.
You're it till the second edition. Also on August 27, 1962, the Mariner 2 unmanned space mission was launched to Venus by NASA.
And it was 40 years ago today that the Space Shuttle Discovery was launched on STS-51 to deploy 3 communication satellites and repair a 4th malfunctioning one. Excuse me.
Something's malfunctioning.
Apparently. Hold on. Let me take care of this.
It was also on this date in 2003 that Mars made its closest approach to Earth in nearly 60,000 years, passing just a scant 34,646,418 miles, or
Hey.
in kilometers, that's 55,758,005.
Hey, I got to witness that. I had a friend that he had an observatory in his backyard. So he had a building and the roof would slide off
Yes.
and you could view it. It was really cool.
You're not going to see much of a difference.
No, it wasn't a whole lot, but you could definitely see it.
Yep.
On his screen. He had a screen and the telescope would display. It was great. It was really cool.
Happy birthday goes out in this date to Italian mathematician and philosopher Giuseppe Peano, born on this date in 1858.
And it was a German chemist and engineer, Nobel Prize laureate Karl Bosch was born 151 years ago today.
English engineer and businessman, co-founded Rolls-Royce Limited, Charles Rolls, born on this date in 1877. Wait, there's more.
Yeah, and born August 27th, 1915, American physicist and academic, Nobel Prize laureate Norman Foster Ramsey Jr.
Norman. Gordon Bashford, the English engineer who co-designed the Bashford Rover. No, the Range Rover. He was born
Bashford Rover.
109 years ago today.
And it was also turning 76 today as American computer scientist, engineer, and academic Lee Jameson.
Leah.
Yes, that's what I said.
Russian engineer and astronaut. I get the Russian engineer and astronaut.
Yes, you do.
Sergei Krikalev is 67 today. He's not that much older than we are.
And also born on that same date in 1968, Israeli-American computer scientist and academic Daphne Koller.
Very good. French astronomer and biologist Audrey C. Del Sante is 49 today. And we're leaving out the listener birthdays because we did them all last week, the middle of September, and I forgot.
That's all
So,
right.
If
That's
it's your birthday this week, we wish you all the best. And if you're not on the calendar yet, we invite you to go over to
Hey,
chuckchat.com/birthday.
And if you're on our off week, we'll catch up on the next time.
We did catch up already. We backlogged or front loaded them, whatever you want to call
Front
it.
loaded for the month of September.
For all of 2026.
Yeah.
That's the way it was on this date in history for August 27th, 2025. So go over to chuckchat.com/birthday if you want to be on the birthday calendar. Bye, marching band.
See you later. Love you,
Okay.
mean it.
Good news, anyone?
Why is that still loud?
Because the professor can't hear, so he just kind of says it loud. That's why.
64 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All right. News and weather, everyone.
News and weather. That's what you should have played for this.
Where is it?
News and weather, everyone.
There it is.
News and weather, everyone.
Well, sort of. A physicist wants to turn Jupiter's moon Ganymede into a giant dark matter detector.
And why not? Just
Well,
sitting around doing nothing.
first you got to convince NASA, then you got to get the funding,
Oh, well.
and most people can't even agree that dark matter is detectable. And he's saying, but wait, it's up there. There should be dents in the ice or something.
Dents on the ice.
So I read through this and went, good luck, buddy. So the search for dark matter has tested the limits of physicist creativity, but a proposal by William DeRocco, a physicist at the University of Maryland, may be the most extraordinary yet. In the preprint submitted, these glasses suck. Rocco suggests that Ganymede's craters may store evidence of dark matter particles, which spacecraft like NASA's Europa Clipper or ESA's JUICE, Clipper and JUICE, could observe during their respective missions. The paper, which is yet to be peer-reviewed, proposes that massive dark matter particles could have struck and penetrated Ganymede's thick, icy surface, leaving deep, broad ruptures. Unlike the comparatively small-sized candidates for dark matter that ground-based detectors are searching for, these particles would be much larger. These extra-large dark matter particles would create, quote, dark matter craters, small dents on Ganymede's surface, comprised of distinctive minerals and pulled to the surface from deep inside the moon's oceans. Yeah. I like there's a line on here that says, if none of this makes it, if all this sounds bonkers, I don't believe you.
Right. You know what's going to be funny is like a long time ago after Williams passed away, somebody's going to go, we should have used Ganymede to detect dark matter.
Well, that's kind of how it concludes. It says it's important to remember that many physicists are keen to point out solving a physics mystery often means testing bold, unconventional ideas.
Sure. Well, if you're not doing that, how would you ever find something that was extraordinary? I mean,
a fine line between crazy and genius.
Yeah. That's what I keep telling my wife. Hey, if you listen to me now,
crazy.
Yeah.
And in the future, still crazy.
As crazy as it may be, listen to me now. Just saying.
Hear me now and believe me later.
Right.
All right. We have another thing about a gentleman who is doing a startup company driving around Seattle with his phone on his windshield, and he uses machine learning to identify potholes.
I think that's actually pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, except that he's got he's calling it Civic Scan, and he drives around Redmond, Washington, because the roads are in need of repair. He said after an hour, he's got 13,000 cracks that he's identified. And it doesn't just like put a square and says, here's a repair. It outlines the ruptured pothole, etc., and keeps it on a database. The problem is that the city department already has a system. So why
Okay.
would they need another one?
Is it using AI and is it as accurate?
It's using, I don't know what they're using, but what they said they also have a number where citizens can call in. I'm sure you're not going down a road and going pump.
Hey,
Oh, I'm calling that one in. That was a good one.
how many did it say he had? Like
13,000
Yeah.
cracks. Now it didn't say
imagine. All right.
specifically.
Now imagine if the city or wherever you're at has an API that you can just automatically report them. Then it's like 13,000
That's kind of
reports.
what they're doing, and
Yeah.
they say that they're being repaired on a first repaired basis already. So I don't know that that's exactly the wisest idea, but
Well,
I like the innovation, the ingenuity, but maybe another city would be willing to take it up that doesn't already have a system in place.
well, I can tell you my old hometown, even this one in Hendersonville, there's a lot of potholes, and it does, and I don't think they get attention. Not that I need to, um, you know, drown them, a DDoS them with 13,000 requests. I think there's probably some kind of, um, they need to quantify it a little bit more. What's a pothole or just a crack?
Right.
But I think there should be some way to, you know, notify them because there's a lot, and well, we had the hurricane last fall,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of road problems, not just this, but even roots. You can see where maybe some of the dirt got washed. I'm not sure what happened, but there's a few places I'm going, it's like some roots or something were under the road and the dirt got washed out. Those aren't getting attention either. So I could see where you could use something like this, but I don't need to DDoS my city with 13,000 cracks.
Yeah, you put it on API and a backend server, you're fine.
Yeah. Maybe you should review them before you allow them to submit.
All right. Quick shout out to the chat room tonight. We have 4 people watching and only one commenting. So we can't tell you exactly who's out there other than Mike Robinson. Thank you for joining us. We are
Is this something we need to do? The Technorama, the rap version?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it.
That's what I tell anyone who has a song idea.
Here you go.
That's a great idea. I'm working on it.
I think he's referring to his comment earlier in the feedback. Hey, it's not hard to break me.
Nope.
I'm just here to have a good time. That's
Most of the time he breaks himself.
I'm just here to have a good time. What does it matter?
Sunday nights at 8:30. If you want to have a good time, join us on Facebook and YouTube live, or wait for the audio podcast to come out on Wednesdays. That's fine too. We appreciate it. Okay, quick into the remember when. We need like a TARDIS or a time machine or something on this one.
We need to change the sound up on this.
It's an article about the Roman dodecahedron that's misnamed because it's from Gaul.
Gaul, right?
But no one wants to call it a Gallic dodecahedron. 12-sided
Gallic.
figure that's got little nubbins on all the corners and various size holes. And very interesting video that says, hey, there's certain things in society that are so common nobody even thinks about them. Nobody writes them down. They're not in history. And this may be one of them because they found 150 of these things from anywhere from army camps to buried with elite, rich ladies. Going, what could it be? And people are theorizing and go, well, kind of fits all that, but doesn't fit that other use case. Why would it be? It's a knitting machine. It's like, how many rich ladies are buried with a knitting machine? It's a game thing. Okay, maybe. And it's made out of pretty fine metal. And they're various sizes. So each side of the thing has various size holes, but you can find these things, from 10 centimeters down to 5 centimeters.
Yeah.
Pretty bizarre thing. So I thought this was fascinating. And it also opens your eyes up to what archaeologists might find in the future and go, what did those people in the early 2000s use that for?
That's how we played D&D. Roll the
Roll the, yeah, this thing is bound to land on something. It's offset, the weight differential from the different size holes isn't going to affect anything there.
No, not
Let's see,
really.
was that a 7 or an 8 that I just rolled? Because I can't tell from the diameter of the hole.
Right.
I mean, there's
Actually,
been everything from coins to pasta to knitting to weapons. There's all kinds of theories about what this thing is for. And I think it's a fun exercise in just imagination and exploration.
Yeah. Now, by the way, the YouTuber that we're talking about here, I actually subscribed to his channel.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, and I was like, why does this guy look familiar? And it took me a minute. And I went, this is because I'm subscribed to his channel. But yeah, he does a good job at trying to break
Joe
these things
Scott.
down.
Joe Scott.
Joe Scott. Yep. That's right.
But I don't. This video is a couple months old. I don't remember seeing this one, so I must not be getting notifications as expected.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that one. Interesting stuff. If you want to find it, you can go over to chuckchat.com, click on Technorama, and go into show episode 779, and you can see that in the Remember When section of the show notes. We'll have it there for you. And moving right along, from the archives, BBC.
Yeah.
They have some retro videos. This one's from the M programmy.
Yeah.
As the Brits would write it.
And this is right on the cusp. I would say cusp of smartphones because they touch on that a little bit. You have phones and you have these smart
PDAs.
devices.
Yeah.
And they were talking about Microsoft going head to head to the Scion devices. Now, I actually had one of these.
You had a Scion?
I had a Scion for a little bit
Wow.
because I was fascinated with it because I was like, some of the things I've had in the past, like the Sharp EL5500, which was a calculator, but it also allowed you to program BASIC and had a full QWERTY keyboard. And I thought that was fascinating. That was 100 years ago. And then this, I was like, oh, this is kind of the, not a follow-up, but, a successor to that. And I was fascinated with this as well. And so watching this, I thought it was interesting because you could start to see where Microsoft was seeing the threat, that here's this mobile device, not threat maybe, or seeing the trend that here's these mobile devices, we need to get on there.
Yes. And it was, you kind of chuckle at the end when they're talking about who will win, Microsoft with Windows CE or these other devices with the Symbian OS. Going,
Well,
hey, spoiler alert.
yeah. Well, I did have a Windows CE device. It was
the Compact or the iPac.
No, it was a Dell Axum, a little handheld.
That was that with the, if you put a start menu on one of those things, that is the worst idea.
It was. I'm not saying it was great.
Nope.
But I went, oh, this is fascinating. Another successor, and it had Windows CE on it, or was it Windows Mobile? No,
Windows
it wasn't
Mobile,
like.
Yeah, that came after.
And I actually, if you go back in our archives and listen to where I went and interviewed the people for the
a Wiener
Oscar
Mobile?
Mayer Wienermobile, I actually, that was all right. So downtown Charlotte, there was a, they did in May, they would have race day, and race day was before the Memorial Day race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So they had racers and stuff. They had them Wienermobile there, and I went there and recorded it on that device. So, it came in handy every once in a while, but it was barely an upgrade from a Palm PDA, in some respects. But it was funny to watch this video, just thinking, oh man, I was so fascinated with this kind of stuff. I was following the trend too, but anyway, I just thought it was pretty cool.
I had a boss that had like a device of the week. He would sell them before they really depreciated much.
Uh-huh.
So it was almost like he was paying $50 every month or two to have the latest device.
Yeah.
So I got to see them all in action, and then he'd give us a review, and every once in a while we go, hey, I like that one. Let's glom onto that.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of in the same boat. I think.
You think, Mr.
I hate to admit it.
22, 23, 24?
Oh, come on. Yes, I'm a technology enthusiast. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm sorry. I don't apologize for it.
Till,
So-
till your wife finds out.
Or my wife is out, but she's not a fan of my trends. But hey, I like to follow this
Until
kind of
you
stuff.
can monetize it.
What now?
Until you can make money off of it.
You know what? Looking back, I was like, I should have started a YouTube channel and reviewed this crap.
Right.
And then I would just get it sent to me.
See, podcasting was kind of a crazy idea till I turned it into a part of my job.
Yeah. And what did you do with all that extravagant money that you got from
The
podcasting?
lavish things we
Lavish.
again, he's hinting at the video.
Yes, I am.
Donna had a whole bunch of answers at first, but yeah,
I'm sure.
I did
I want to see the raw. I want to see the raw.
the raw interviews.
I got to see that.
All right, someday.
Yeah.
Next article.
Next week.
article,
This week, I'm gonna watch
we
it.
have an article from Open Culture, and you have to explain why you put this in here. It's the oldest unopened bottle of wine in the world.
Because I figured, one, I was having trouble finding something for the show notes, and I went, "Oh, look, this has been around for a long time." So remember when?
350 AD is when this is from.
Yeah, it's
now-
amazing.
They said the seal is still intact. The wine inside has probably lost most of its ethyl alcohol. And I'm not sure what would happen if you did open it up. So it's more of a collector's item just to say, hey, I've got the oldest bottle of wine in the world.
Hmm. Yeah, there's actually a point when, hey, aged wine is great, and then aged wine is not so great.
This would probably fall. If you look at it, it looks like a Rembrandt painting crossed with Jackson Pollock.
No, it's not Jackson Pollock. He's slung his stuff.
Inside, it's kind of slimy,
Yeah.
moldy, dark, and light.
It looks
swirling
disgusting.
around. It's kind of like a dark nebula or something in there. I don't know, somewhat artistic, but I ain't touching it.
No, I would not ingest that. I have seen people or articles where it was like old whiskey or something like that, and it was okay, but it also looked like it had been sitting around for a long time. And I think whiskey also is a falls into that category where, hey, there's a time when aging is probably a good thing, and then after a while it's not a good thing. Like on Reddit, I've seen people go, "Hey, is this a great find? My grandfather had this in his basement," and it's like, whiskey
Sure,
where the cork
try it.
barely was intact.
Do you need a knife to cut it?
Yeah. How thick is it?
Oh, we missed a message from Sarah Rose. She says,
Oh.
hey guys, just saying hi, getting ready for Dragon Con tomorrow. She's going early.
Wow.
Monday is the new Thursday, I guess.
Well, I'm starting to get ready for it tomorrow. I got a couple of things I'm going to do, but I got the week off, the entire week. So
You said that at the top of the show.
yeah. So
Now you're
I've got
repeating yourself, old man.
let me finish what I'm saying. I got a couple days to do something before we actually leave. So
Two old guys talking.
words.
I think that's our 2026 t-shirt right there.
Yeah. Thanks, Harrison.
And thanks to our patrons. Nice segue, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the part where we thank the people who are donating to the show. They will get postcards next week because Craig and I are going to send them out from Dragon Con. And several of them are getting t-shirts, which should be in 2 days. And then I will get those out to you.
Sweet.
I really wish that some of the people at Dragon Con were the t-shirt recipients. I could just bring them.
I know. Well, we know one.
But
Hey, we know one.
Huh?
We know one.
One
Leon.
t-shirt person? Leon's not
Leon.
at t-shirt level.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. None of the t-shirt level people are at Dragon Con.
All right.
But anyway, let's get on with Alexis Duran, Amber Elstad, Amy Bowen, Abner Braverman, Ben Vaughn, Brad Miller, Brian Brown, Chris Martinez, Chris MC, Dandy Mancoyer, Dean Jensen, Denise Inglis, Gary Lindros, Jason Pollard, John Clifford, John Noble, Yorka Shrowen, Crazy Joe, Kyle Nishioka, Leon, Mark Kilfoyle, Mike Wills, Saturday Morning Media, Stephen Weshy, Steve Cody, Steve Therian, Steve Webb, Steve London, and Tim Cook. They all went to patreon.com/Technorama podcast for as little as $1 a show. They get their name announced on the show. they help offset the costs of live streaming and software and hardware. I got to replace the ear cups on these headphones that I absolutely love because they're starting to decay. And when I take them off, I have black things on my face.
I know. I had some old headphones that did the same thing. It's like, oh, what's this on my face? And they went, oh, it's from the headphones.
And I love the headphones because I can detach them. They're also Bluetooth. They've got like the little jack on one side and the big jack on the other side. So no matter what you want to plug into, you've got a connection. And I emailed the company. I said, do you have ear cups? They said, yes, they're out of stock. Check with us in a couple weeks. And I check back and they're out of stock. Check with us in a couple weeks. Like, I'll check after Dragon Con. They'll probably
6
say,
years later, check with us in a couple weeks.
Right. It's just a bot mail now.
Yeah. Right.
It's AI.
It's AI replying to you. Check back in a couple weeks. Smiley face.
Never mind. Because I don't want to throw these out. They're good headphones. And
oh, I agree. Yeah.
I just don't want black gunk on my face. Anyway, enough about the headphones. Thank you very much, everybody, for your patronage. We are going to tell that band to take a 5-minute break.
You can walk up a short pier.
You're breaking up again, but we'll go with that.
Up.
Beer. Something about beer. That's what I heard. A short beer.
Yeah. That was it.
All right. In the media corner, we have one video about why we all need subtitles now. And this is the second time I've heard this argument in the last year, that it's not just for hearing impaired people or for foreign translations. A lot of people are using it because of the audio in a lot of shows. And I'm not going to try and go through all the subtleties of this video. I encourage you to watch it. But it does get into things like how it was recorded, where it was recorded, how it was mixed, if it's a Christopher Nolan video.
Yeah. I think the big takeaways were the mixing down of the audio and the miking of a lot of people. That's part of it.
And the other part is the output side. When these things are mixed, they may be mixed for 128 channel Dolby Atmos theater, and you're listening on a 5.1 or a stereo earbuds going, something's got to give here.
Now, is it me or do you turn on
I have them on almost always.
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
Like YouTube videos where it's not exactly right because it's kind of guessing as it goes, but it helps.
Yeah, there's a bit when I was watching The Bear, there were a couple of times I was like, what'd he say? Rewind it. What'd he say? I was like, I'm just turning on the closed captioning. But there are times now, don't tell my son because he has them on all the time. Like he'll go to the Roku top setting and turn it on for everything. I don't quite do that, but there are times I really go, I need to turn on, and it was ridiculous. I hate that.
You get those lines in the movie like, rewind.
Look here, Joe. What'd he say?
Oh, it's Tom Hardy mumbling again.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. I love, again, like the guy said, I love Tom Hardy, and I do, but he starts doing that mumble mouth. I'm like, what did you just say?
Yeah, Bane was his best character because you could understand him. When Gotham is in flames.
All right, we're gonna make this character mono and make it easy to understand.
Everything's just overdubbed. He didn't even have to say anything. He just looked, and then dub in the lines later.
Yeah.
Okay, on to what we have been watching because that was fun.
Yeah, it's a good segue to this, right?
Right. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, I just have two, and Craig's got one because it's been a quick week and we've been busy. So fire away, sir.
Well, I don't have much to say about this one just yet because there's only one episode, but it's Peacemaker season 2. If you've seen the first season of Peacemaker, well, obviously it's a continuation, and I'm enjoying it so far. But there's only one episode, so not much to say about it. But I'm expecting good things.
All we are saying
is give
Peacemaker a chance.
That's right.
Okay,
exactly.
I watched volume 4 of Love, Death, and Robots, which
I've loved the first seasons of
The
this.
first season good. I didn't see this. Apparently, this has been out for a while, and I somehow missed it. But
Wow.
Netflix decided to throw it on me, and I watched it very quick. Some are 7 minutes long, some are 14 minutes long.
Yeah, it's
Very
like a little
imaginative,
anthology
very
thing.
colorful. Love the one with there's two with cats, so you can just imagine what's going on there.
Okay.
Also watched a documentary on Devo. They are more than just the song "Whip It." In fact, I was surprised. I went, "I know that song. I know that song. I know that song." And I was texting Scott Reynolds, who masters our roller rink playlist, and went, "Dude, we forgot a few."
Forgot a few. Yeah.
I
You know what's funny is I always thought I found out that Debo was considered a punk band.
Yes and no. They didn't consider themselves a punk band, but they
Yeah.
tried getting the market tried labeling them as a punk band, and they always had a message. In fact, they didn't even start out as a band. Watch the documentary. This
I
is
will.
fascinating stuff.
Oh, I will.
And
Yeah.
kind of a sad ending how they went down.
Hmm.
And now they're completely broke up. There's not going to be a reunion unless they replace a couple of band members. But yeah, very innovative stuff. And when they have footage from like their first public appearance, and it was this 8-minute solo of just like howling, I'm like, wow, they really have
Oh.
come a long way.
There's when the punk part came in. I got it.
They were playing to like this college auditorium. You can see people leaving.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Right.
pretty.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Mm. You know, there was this mentioning about punk. I was never super into punk music. Some of it I was, and some of it I listened to today. But there was there was a shop that a couple of people I knew owned. It was kind of not a head shop because it wasn't like pipes and bongs and stuff in there, but they had this kind of hippie place, and they put on a show in the back. Hey, you should come, Craig. I was like, all right, sure, I'll come. And it was a punk band in the back, and there were people drinking cough medicine and crap out and listening to the music. I remember thinking that was weird. And it was just weird because everybody's kind of trying moshing a little bit, little mosh pit game on. It was the weirdest thing. I think that you got the theme for the next Dog Days is do some punk ukulele songs for 30 days. For 30 days.
Oh heavens, that would go over poorly, wouldn't it?
It was I had a good time, but at the same time I was perplexed about a lot of it. Anyway.
Go watch Devo. You'll enjoy that. I've got a
I
couple
will.
other in the backlog, like what was the one, Making Led Zeppelin or Becoming Led Zeppelin is one of them that I haven't watched yet.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Ooh.
there's some good stuff on Netflix about bands.
I have to check that out.
Watch
'Cause, I
several.
love Led Zeppelin.
Devo's the latest one.
Hmm.
Alrighty, we are at the end of the show, which means it's time for the question of the week. We're going to deliver this one to you, and then on social media in about a week or so. If a robot were to take over your job, what's the one part of your job it would absolutely get wrong?
Dealing with Chuck day to day.
Say that again. Dealing with what?
Dealing with Chuck day to day.
How would it get that wrong?
I don't know. It's hard for me as a human to do it, so I figured a robot.
Maybe
don't
you
know.
should think about handing that off to AI.
Yeah.
Those mundane, dull drudgery tasks.
Yeah, right. Hey, it'll be funny because you'll say something, you have to wait for the response to come back from AI.
Yeah, you
It'd
get the
be
dancing dot.
a little awkward pause. Yeah.
And then it
That's
responds with that AI voice.
Yeah. Hey, I got a conundrum going on. So my Dog Days of Podcasting,
Yes.
my story has 30 chapters. There's 31 days in dog dancing. Dog days. What do I do in the last day?
I thought you said you were releasing all 30 on the last day as one.
So no, on I could actually. So on the last, or say August 30th,
Yes.
I was going to release the entire thing, And then I went,
Why
oh,
not
crap,
do
there's
that on the
31 days.
31st? You made 29 episodes?
No, I have 30 episodes.
Okay. So
But then
that's
the
August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, blah, 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 up to the 30th.
Mhm.
That means you
So,
can release them all as a collection on the 31st. What's the problem?
well, I think that's what I may have to do. I was gonna do on the 30th, the last chapter, actually do
Yes.
the entire thing.
Okay.
And then I went, whoa, wait a minute, I got an extra day to do. So
You could have your story transcript sent to AI and have those two idiots review it.
I could actually, I might. You know what? I did do that already on Notebook LM. I did do that.
I thought the plot was a little thin. What did you think, Jan?
Funny, Gemini, you're the one who wrote it. No, actually, I wrote the story. I did ask it to punch it up, and it did. And actually, I thought it turned out pretty good. So, I mean, it's okay for a 30 chapter little story, short story.
Yeah, and these are like 60-second or less chapters. It's not
Yeah, that was the other thing that threw
it's
me
not
off.
a Sigler novel.
No, not at all, not at all. But that's what threw me off was I was planning on it so much, I didn't focus on how long the episodes are going to be. So when I started, I was like, when I went to record, I went, crap, these are only 1 minute episodes. Not quite what I was expecting. But
Chapter 17.
yeah,
I put on my coat. I put on my coat.
I took a drag.
Join us next week.
Yeah. Hey, what's funny is I did use AI to make the images for the posts, and I kept using the created black and white image with a noir detective,
They weren't all black and white.
doing XYZ, right?
Right.
Well, there's a couple of them where he's got a cigarette in his hand. There's an ashtray and a bottle of liquor or maybe a glass, and
And the
all
smoke is
three of them
coming out
have
of the
smoke
bottle.
coming off.
Oh man, you let the magic smoke out of everything.
I was like, I look back at it, it's like, wow, even the phone's smoking.
Chapter 21. The pyrotechnics.
One of them, he had a halo. He had a cigarette, and his phone and his ashtray or his drink was smoking. I was like, wow, that's a noir detective if I ever seen
I've
one.
seen smoking drinks before.
Sure.
Where they put in like the CO2 ice cube or something.
Yeah. I may have to post that on the Dog Days chat on Facebook.
Outtakes from Craig's novel.
Yeah.
Okay, we are at the end of the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate it, as I said before. If you want to get in touch with us, well, there's some music first. There we go. If you want to get in touch with us, the number is 707-530-2428. 707-530-2428. We'd love to hear from you. Or email us, technorama@chuckchat.com. Still works.
Yeah.
Test that voicemail once a month, even if it's just me calling saying,
Yes.
hi, I'm
It's
making
because you listeners aren't testing it.
shh. Maybe the days of voicemail listenership are gone. Maybe that was
Hey, there was a time when we were doing voicemail shows.
right. We had so many that we would anyway. Onward and upward. We'll adapt or die trying. That didn't come out right at all. Everybody take care. Stay safe. We'll see you at Dragon Con if you're going. If not, we'll be right back on
We'll
this
be
show
looking
in a
for
couple of weeks. Craig's going to give us a binary high five.
All right.
Hit it.
101.
Audio program is concluded. We are going to conclude the live stream and then jump over to record our Patreon show. That's the other thing that the patrons get is a private RSS feed with some nonsense content that we record. Lower production quality. We do
Nonsense
we do
being the
outro.
operative word there.
And I got a couple of topics this week.
Okay.
Alrighty. At least I got to remember what they were. But between the time I hit stop here and the time I hit record on the other one, I'm sure I'll remember something.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks
Yep.
for listening.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.